What's this?
Hello, welcome to the Freak Show. Bumpy McSquigums here. I want to thank you all for joining me as I start up my coverage of Expeditions Viking. It's by Logic Artists, and it releases on April 27th, 2017. Now, if you guys recall, several months back, I did do a first look video of Expeditions Viking. Unfortunately, it was supposed to be a full mini-series, maybe 3 to 5 episodes, somewhere in that range, to get you guys kind of excited and eager, because the game was going to come out in January or February. It was going to come out pretty early on. And it got delayed a few times. I think, I could be wrong, maybe it was just one big delay. But either way, I decided to hold off on doing more of the First Look series. I know a lot of people got upset that I didn't get to continue with it. And I was upset too because I wanted to play it more. Anyway, all that being said, it's here now. We're going to play it. We're going to do a full Let's Play. It's going to be fun, or I'm going to die horribly and you guys are going to mock me. Either way, it should be enjoyable. The original Expeditions game, Expeditions Conquistador, was one of the few games that actually made me want to do stuff on YouTube. I never did get to go back and play it, or the other one that was a really big influence on me. But that's okay, because we're here with their latest release, and I am eager, I am excited, and we're going to hop in and we're going to play. So, we're going to start with the character creation. It's probably going to take a little bit of time, because I remember this taking an absurdly large amount of time last time, and it wasn't even fully fleshed out at that point. So there's no telling how this is going to go. There is no telling. I like it. You're going to be the guy. You're going to be the guy. Alright. Sigdan. I'm going to butcher everything, by the way, guys and gals. Just be aware, that's the thing that I do. Gunmar. Sure. LD Gunmar. Bogger, Fuldar, Dagfinner, Fridjoffer. Oh wow, yeah, no. Falky. LD Falky. Okay, that's I can probably pronounce that. I'm sure I'm still butchering it in some way, but we'll roll with it. That's fine. And we have thin, medium, large, thin, medium. We'll be medium. Shaven, stubbles, scarred, shaven, stubs. We'll go with stubs. Braided beard. Kind of wish. Can I get closer to you? Is that no? No. Okay. That's fine. The goatee, the full, the bushy. We'll go with a braided beard. Sure. Our hair. Undercut, shaven, pulled back. Why not? Yeah, that's fine. Leather, fancy, fur-lined, or tunic. Simple. Leather, light sleeves, bear, heavy sleeves, bracers, light sleeves, bear. We'll go with bear. Cloth shoes, boots. We'll go with boots. Yeah, we're not going to go with the green and pink. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't hate. Yeah, something like that's fine. That probably doesn't look great, but it's okay. We'll go with it. We'll roll with that. All right, and here's where all the time goes into this, and I assume everything is now fleshed out. The game is supposed to be, from what I've been told by other people, the game is supposed to be in its final form, or its full release state at this point. And when the embargo releases, I should be able to release this video, and you guys should all be able to enjoy it immensely. Alright, so born to Falky and Astrider, and the year 769, the Julian calendar, with captivating green eyes and hair the color of blood. Alright, we have sense, we have perception, we have finesse, we have endurance, and we have strength. Alright, well, I wonder how many times we can headbutt stuff with our face until we are victorious. Probably strength. Determines base damage with axes and swords and affects physical resistance. Okay, endurance, hit points, base damage reduction, and block chance. Then finesse, base damage with knives, spears, critical chance with all weapons. Yeah, that's fine. We can also lower some of this stuff. Mental resistance and stamina. Sense is fundamental to witches, skalds, and other support characters that can often be used for persuasion in dialogue. Yeah, I'm not going to be very persuasive. I know people are going to be like, you always go with this and that, and I do. I'm not gonna discredit you guys. It's true. I do things like that. Alright, what is perceptions great for? Oh, it's accuracy. That might be important. Well, it says with ranged weapons. It's not that important. I don't plan to use ranged weapons. I plan to smash stuff with my face as early and as often as I can. Alright, we're going to go with a 10, 8, 6, 10, 9, 6, 2, 2 build. It's probably not great. I have no idea what I'm doing, but we're going to roll with it because, yeah, we like to crush stuff with our hands and with giant axes. We are using axes. This is apparently a skill that we already have. A Dane axe, governed by strength, two-handed melee, 2 hex reach, high damage, medium critical. This is a one-handed. Oh, no. We're going with the two-handed. So we're going to upgrade that. Cool. I like that a whole lot. Alright, so we now have Dane axe, which is awesome, by the way. We have Dane axe, is increased by 10. Cool. Reckless strike deals 25% extra damage, but makes you unbalanced. Lose all moves at the beginning of your next turn. Ooh, so it's like a kill blow, like a guaranteed, like you want to end them when this happens. Anticipate opening. Your next attack will always be a critical attack. I can get something like that. Are you serious? That's amazing. Yes, I want that. What else we got here? Makes charge. Makes a melee attack with a +5 damage for every hex you move before attacking the target. That also sounds amazing. I'm going to do so many bad things. I know it. No dual wielding. Feint. No interrupt. Maybe. Postpone a ranged attack until you have at least a 75% chance to hit an enemy during the turn. Or until an enemy closes within 6 hexes. Huh. Interesting. Oh, we already have that. Cool. Rebuke. A kick that moves the target 1 hex away. That might not be terrible. Let's see. A melee attack that applies the status effect stunned. Unable to act, cannot block. Base damage reduction is 0% even if the attack is blocked. That seems fairly legit. I'm not sure I want to go that route yet. Now what are these? These are skills. Protect. Tactical move. Halves the user's moves but allows them to move through traps. Nah. Taunt. Well, hold on. I don't want to skip that yet. Forces the target to move their full movement toward the user. It's not a bad skill, honestly. If we have 10 points left over by the end of this, we'll get it. These are utility skills. Constitution has a deterioration risk for infections. Weird. Adds a chance to give party bonuses during camping. Adds the ability to craft weapons. Unlock special dialogue options. I'm going to do that one. You'll be able to craft weapons. Alright, heavy sleeper, success, chance of hunting success, and meat brought back. Okay. Repairing, spend less gold, repairing, scouting, meh. Alright, and finally, the passive skills. Now this is where I think we're going to get some extra cool stuff going here. Grants plus 30% melee damage when hit points are below 20%. Plus 10% damage on enemies that have downed any ally. Ooh. 50% versus harried enemies. 10% for 1 turn after every kill. Has enemy critical chance. Evade plus 5% points. Range damage reduction. Flanking damage multiplier. Plus 25% points. Mental resistance at night. Has a chance the enemies target the character. Plus 10 damage when alone. Hardened. That might not be terrible. Let's upgrade that. Let's go back and let's see what we have here before I commit to it. Unlock several abilities related to throwing things at people. Stunned is 12. Aww. Rebuke. Feint. Move to the other side of the target and make the target spend its attack of opportunity. I may just come back here and yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna upgrade that. There we go. We have 1 skill point left. I'm totally okay with this. Say done. You haven't spent all your skill points. Are you sure you want to continue? NB, you can assign any leftover points later. Alright, we're gonna say yes. We're good to go.
Your father was a great warrior and a good husband, but he was not a strong chieftain to his clan. As he travels to join his brothers in the halls of Valhalla, you must take his place. Our clan is beset by petty squabbles. Some amongst our people would contest your claim to leadership, as they sought discord our neighbors' plot against us. Gather your most trusted clansmen. Together you will face dangers which none can predict. You will be challenged on your leadership, your resolve, your wisdom. Build a ship and take your housecarls across the sea. Power and strength for our clan must be sought outside the Norse lands. If you show yourself to be bold, the gods will follow you into battle. Your legacy will live for 1,000 years beyond your time. Our clan must prevail.
Alright, you guys have to be excited and amped up for that. I mean, I definitely am. That got my blood flowing. I'm ready. I'm eager. I'm excited. Let's do this thing. Aid me, Odin, in my effort to bind the struggles of a bygone time as glimmering light on glass. It is the evening after your father's funeral. Continue. When you close your eyes, the image of his blazing ship shimmers in the dark behind your eyelids. It's not a common ritual this far south, but your mother, Astrid, who hails from the land of the Geats, insisted on it. All the thanes of the neighboring clans have come to attend your feast in his honor. Your father may not have been the most successful thane, but as a warrior he commanded the respect of many. The guests are filing into your father's your longhouse. The thanes enter first, each trailing a modest group of warriors. Your mother leans in to whisper a few words of advice before she takes her seat. You should greet each of the thanes before the feast begins, but listen well to their words. A few of them would benefit from making this a smooth transition. It will be important to know where they stand. Alright, cool. Alright, Exploration Rurik. The characters of the gold nameplates have dialogue for you. Click on them to talk to them, I guess. The icon over your chair is the quest marker. You can turn these off in the game setting for a more independent play experience. Gold quest markers indicate mandatory objectives, and finally, talking to the other thanes is not mandatory, marked by the silver quest markers, which indicate optional objectives. When you want to move on, just take a seat by clicking on your chair. Alright, guys and gals, well, we have a whole bunch of people to talk to, so I guess we can go and start talking to them. I think who we will talk to first is Rurik, Falkason. Your elder brother Rurik always had a penchant for music. He looks up and gives you a warm smile as you approach him. Gott gewild, brother. Rurik grins. I mean, my honored thane, how do you feel? Well, I am well, Rurik. I know our father is in Valhalla now. I'm fine, Rurik. How about yourself? I don't think it's quite sunk in yet that father is gone. I can't believe what a mess the old man left me. Let's go with 2. Rurik shrugs. You can barely hear his soft voice over the din of the feast. I'm certain father is feasting with Odin now. The old man will surely be more at home in Valhalla than he ever was here. This be like Valhalla, but different? That's fine. So how has everybody been treating you? If anyone disrespects me, let me know about it. I'll make sure it doesn't happen twice. How's everyone been treating? Everyone knows you are the better warrior and a stronger-willed man than I. Nobody wants me as their thane. To tell you the truth, I think our clansmen are almost as relieved as I am that you took on the mantle. Well, I have to go and be a good host. I'll talk to you later, brother. Just use the old signal if you need me to help you out of a conversation with one of the other thanes. Sweet. Let's talk to Ketil, Clobber, Yarmer, Snarber. I'm going to butcher things like crazy. Just so you know, it's going to be horrible, by the way. Cole Bjarnarnsen. Bjarnarnsen. That's crazy. I love this stuff, but ugh, I cannot pronounce things at all. It's fine. It's fine. Ketil is standing off to the side holding a horn full of mead. The young hunter appears to be watching the feast with a faintly amused expression, and he nods respectfully when you come near. Is there busy entertaining your guests? Not too busy to check in on you. He shifts his weight restlessly. I've had an uneasy feeling all night. Have you seen School's Huskar, or was it Housecarls over there in the corner? Oh boy. Hrodgerda and Skaki? I've heard stories about them. Nefja seems to be expecting trouble too, so I've decided to go easy on the mead and keep an eye out. I appreciate that. It never hurts to be careful. He throws his head back slightly toward Asleefer. Asleefer? I've got nothing. Speaking of which, keep an eye on that big lug back there. He and his friends have been putting their heads together all night. I think he might be planning something. The Asleefer is family. He wouldn't attack me. I'll keep an eye on him. Leave the watch to me. This is your feast. You should relax and enjoy yourself. I'll alert you if something happens. Like I said, folks, just be aware that I'm going to butcher things. I imagine 90% of the people who will be covering this are also going to horribly, horribly, horribly butcher everything as well. So please be aware of that. I'm going to try to make it a little bit more humorous, but I'm probably going to fail. So just enjoy the butchery. Just enjoy the butchery like you always do. Alsleifer is a distant cousin. Leadership of the clan has moved between your side of the family and his for generations. He's known as a skilled warrior and a hard worker. Alsleifer sits with his two closest friends.
Our condolences on the passing of your father. At least he died the way he would have wanted. He will be feasting with the gods tonight.
He looks up when you approach his end of the table. Neither of his friends acknowledges your presence. Now his tone is respectful but slightly cold. Thank you. I hope there's no bad blood between us. There's no need for pretense. You've never respected my father. I will not ask you to begin now. No bad blood. Ausleifer seems to consider this for a while before replying. It's no secret I didn't agree with how Falky ruled our clan. Bearing this in mind, I don't see what gives you the right to succeed him. But this feast is in his honor, and I will not insult his memory here, nor will I challenge your claim to leadership. You believe you would be more suited to lead us? I thank you for keeping these things separated. He simply nods once, then returns his attention to his companions. That's right, diffused the situation. Alright, so how many folks do we have here? We have School, we have Hafalabalabalabalabam, then we have that person. We're going to start with Halfdanar Salmandarson. Halfdanar is the thane of a slightly larger clan that borders your lands to the east. He wears a solemn expression and nods heavily when you approach him. Falky is in Valhall now, LD. There is no doubt about it, he died doing what he loved. But while he feasts among the heroes, you're left back here to sort out the pieces. You've got your work cut out for you. You speak ill of my father at his own funeral feast? What do you mean? Your father managed to make quite a few enemies in his time, most of them among his own clan. If you'll permit me to be honest, he never paid one speck of attention to the wishes or needs of his people. Surely you're not expecting your claim to leadership to go uncontested. Well, I am the rightful thane. If anyone thinks otherwise, we'll sort it out the traditional way. No one in this clan is more suited to lead than I will win them over. I know many disagree with my appointment. It'll be a difficult transition. No one is more suited to lead than I. Well, crap. Let's hope you're right. At least it's plain for all to see. You throw a bloody fine feast. Halfdanar empties his mug of mead in a single gulp. Then he slams the mug onto the table and calls to a thrall for a refill. Cool. School! What's up, bud? School Skullcleaver is the thane of Jelling, which borders your area. Jelling is a large territory, and School is one of the most powerful thanes in Jutland. It's probably like yelling, but we're going to go with Jelling, because, you know, he's gelling like a felling. It doesn't make any sense. It's fine. Jelling has prospered under his rule. School pushes himself, and I know it's gelling like a felon. Just shh. School pushes himself away from the table with his foot, his chair making a grinding sound across the wooden floor. His face shows earnest sympathy. LD, my boy, so sorry about your father. If there's anything the people of Jelling can do to aid you in these trying times, don't hesitate to ask. Well, that's very kind of you, Thane School. Of course, we must all stand together against the Frankish threat. School leans towards you, resting his elbows on the table. Tell me, what are your plans for this place? How will you lead your clan? That is my business, School. It's too soon for that kind of planning. Well, I'll start by expanding our defenses. We need a new ship, first of all. We need the favor of the gods if we are to prosper. I wish to be an attentive thing. I'll start by building a folk moot. Okay. It's my business, buddy. School leans back in his seat and waves a hand dismissively in your direction. As you wish, dear boy. I shouldn't poke my nose in your affairs. He lets out a deep sigh and leans back into his seat. I'm sure you know I fought with your father many years ago. We were very much of a similar inclination, he and I. That man had a real taste for battle, not like his brothers. Mark my words, LD, true bonds are forged in battle, not bound in blood. He came to me for advice before he mounted his last journey. On account of my ties to Cowpang? I should have warned him better about what he was getting himself into. What does Cowpang have to do with it? He knew what he was getting into, but he went anyway. He should have stayed here and minded his clan. Remain silent. I'm going to remain silent. But I've taken too much of your time already. I know you have other guests to entertain. Perhaps we'll talk later, after a bit more mead. School nods more to himself than to you and turns his attention to the food on the table. Alright, 1 to go. We can press O to view objectives or things. Okay. We've talked to 2 out of the 3. Okay, a rabbit stew bubbles over the fire pit, spreading a delicious smell throughout the longhouse. Alright, we're going to talk to the final one over here. And then it's going to be just like kind of the first look episode, guys, the first look video. And I do apologize because it's almost identical. But we are going to stop here. I will do another video the next day. So look for another video to follow this tomorrow. And we're going to kind of get into it and build up and everything else. There's a few other things, a few other irons I have in the fire. So we'll see what comes my way. But this is definitely going to take a pretty large priority. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Alright, Ragnhildr. The White is the most influential of your guests. As the vassal of King Sigurdur, she is the current ruler of Denmark. Cool. She has come from the trade hub of Ribe to the south, where she presides as Jarl. She nods politely as you approach her seat. It was a beautiful ceremony, LD. I extend my condolences for your loss on behalf of Ribe and of the king. I must tell you, I advised him not to seek out the isles across the sea. We've all heard stories of the unprotected coasts and their treasures. But there is more danger than the rumors let on. I am not surprised to see that they claimed his life, but I am glad at least he died with a sword in his hands. Did he know Falky well? I knew him as a warrior. We fought together on the Braverlil. Was it the Bravelur? I got nothing. The Braveleer. And he struck me as a shrewd tactician. When your king needs you, I hope you will serve him as well as your father did. I will serve, you have my word. My father taught me everything he knew about combat. My warriors and I fight for whomever can offer the best reward. I see no reason I should fight for King Sigurdur. I will serve you. My father taught me everything he knew about combat. Jarl Ragnhildr nods once. I would expect nothing less of the man, but remember that no amount of practice is a substitute for actual experience. Thank you for accepting the invitation. We are honored that you could make it. I was hoping the king himself would attend. Thank you for accepting the invitation. It's honored that you can make it. Of course, your father's sword will be missed in our struggles against the Franks. Well, if you'll excuse me, I must do the rounds. Please enjoy the feast. The old shield maiden smiles. She gracefully slides back down into her seat, whereupon she spears a large piece of chicken with her knife and dumps it on her plate. And finally, we'll talk to Mama, or this person next to Mama, I guess.
There
Nefja.
you are.
Oh.
The feast seems to be off to a good start.
Nefja Holmunar Dotir. Sure. Nefja is one of your oldest friends. Your families have always been close, and you grew up together in the village. She just finished pouring your mother a mug of mead. Nefja, there you are. The feast seems to be off to a good start. It's nice to see you out of armor for once. Nefja snorts sarcastically. You've seen my sister in this dress before. Surely that's the same thing. She closes her eyes and rubs the bridge of her nose with a finger. God, she was so excited to see me like this. I'll never hear the end of it. Where is was it Ifura? A sardonic undertone creeps into Nefja's voice. My poor sister has a fever again. She has such a frail constitution. All this wet cold is hard on her. Mother stayed home to care for her. Oh, what do you think of our guests? She chuckles. Your fellow Thanes are a certainly proud and graceful bunch, even as they plot to murder you and take our lands. You think that poorly of them? Oh, I'm sure not all of them are actively planning to kill us. I have a weird feeling about school, though. I doubt they call him Skullcleaver for no reason. Halfdanner plays the lovable old grump, but I know he's had his eyes on our harbor for years. Ragnhildur, I'm not sure about. She probably has nothing to gain from destroying us, but she's a little more than Sigurdur's appendage. And who knows where he stands. Let's talk later. I have to go and be a good host. Good luck, and watch your back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be where I break off the episode. I know, I was hoping to get more too. Oh, look, we can hold the Alt button to have a lot of stuff light up. But in the next episode, we will take our seat, we will continue our adventure, and hopefully things go well. Or if they don't, well, at least I'll keep you guys entertained for a brief period of time. That being said, if you guys want more information about the game, where to get the game, information on the developer, or any of the wonderful fun stuff, it'll all be down below in the description of the video, as it often is. If you guys really enjoyed your time here, great. That's fantastic. That means I did a decent job. And go ahead and hit that like button for me. Give me a thumbs up, guys and gals. And, well, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the very next episode. Until then, my name is Bumpy McSquigums. Thank you for stopping by The Freak Show, and I will see you later.